Alcatraz versus Evil Librarians, Chapter 6, page 96. Alright. Singh waddled over, raising his sunglasses and inspecting the 3-foot-wide disc of blackened, half-melted concrete. Nice shot, he noted. I think it's dead now. I blushed, but Grandpa Smedley just laughed. Here, he said, slipping a small velvet bag around the fire-bringer's lenses. He pulled the drawstring tight at the top. This should keep them safe. Now, with these lenses and your talent, you should be able to handle pretty much anything the librarians throw at you. I accepted the glasses back, and fortunately it didn't go off. Now, as I was telling you previously, these lenses will probably never get used in the story. You'll be lucky if you ever get to see them fired again. Grandfather, I said quietly, eyeing Bastille, then stepping aside again with Grandpa Smedley. I'm not sure that I can do this. Nonsense, lad, you're a Smedley. But I didn't even know I was until earlier today, I said. Or, well, I didn't know that what being a Smedley meant. I don't think, well, I'm just not ready. What makes you say that? Grandpa Smedley asked. I tried to use my talent earlier, I said, to stop Bastille from smacking me with her purse. It didn't work. That wasn't the first time. Sometimes I just can't make things break, and when I don't want them to break, they usually do anyway. Your talent is still wild, Grandpa Smedley said. You haven't practiced it enough. Being a Smedley isn't just about having a talent, it's about finding out how to use that talent. A clever person can make anything turn to his advantage, no matter how much a disadvantage it may seem at first. No Smedley talent is completely controllable. However, if you practice enough, you'll begin to get a grasp on it. Eventually, you'll be able to make things break not just when and where you want, but also how you want. I said, still uncertain. This doesn't sound like you, Alcatraz, Grandpa Smedley said. What is that spark of spirit, that stubbornness that you always tossing about? I thought, how do you know what I'm like? You only just met me. Oh? You think I've left you in librarian hands all this time, never checking in on you? Of course he checked on me. I thought Bastille mentioning something about that. But you don't know me. I said, I mean, you didn't even know what my talent was. I suspected, lad, Grandpa Smedley said, but I'll admit, I usually get to your foster homes after you'd moved somewhere else. Still, I've been watching over you in my own way. If that's the case, I said, then why did I leave you to the foster homes, Grandpa Smedley asked? I'm not that great a parent. A boy needs somebody who can arrive on time to his birthdays and ball games. Besides, there were reasons for letting you grow up in this world. That didn't seem like much of an explanation to me, but Grandpa didn't look like he'd say more. So I just sighed. I just can't help feeling like I won't be much help in this fight. I don't know how to use my talent or these lenses. Maybe I should get a gun or a sword or something. Grandpa Smedley smiled. Ah, lad, this war we're fighting isn't about guns or even about swords. What is it about then? Sand? Information, Grandpa Smedley said. That's the real power in this world. That man who held a gun on us earlier, he had power over you. Why? Because he was going to shoot me, I said. Because you thought he could shoot you, Grandpa Smedley said, raising a finger. He had no power over me because I knew that he couldn't hurt me. And when he realized that, he ran away, I said slowly. Information, the librarians control the information in the city, in this whole country. They control what gets read, what gets seen, and what gets learned. Because of that, they have power. Well, we're going to break that power, you and I. But first, we need those sands. Grandpa, I said, you have some kind of idea what the sands do? You came to get them from me after all. Didn't you have a plan to use them? Pestering Pullmans, of course I did. I was going to smelt them into lenses just like the librarians are probably doing now. Your father, lad, he was a sand hunter. He spent all his time searching out new and powerful types of sand, gathering grains together, crafting lenses like nobody had seen before. The sands of Rashid were his crowning achievement, his greatest discovery. Grandpa Smedley's voice grew even quieter. He was convinced that they had something to do with where the Smedley family gained its talents in the first place. The sands of Rashid are a key, somehow to understand the power and origin of our entire family. Can you understand perhaps why the librarians might want them? I nodded slowly. The talents. Indeed, lad, the talents. If they could find a way to arm their agents with talents like ours, then the free kingdoms could very well be doomed. Smedley powers are a large part of what has kept the librarians at bay for so long. But we're losing. The land you call Australia was lost to us only a few decades back, absorbed and added to the Hushlands. Now Singh's homeland has almost fallen. They've already taken some of the outlying Mohican Islands, the place you call Hawaii, Tonga, Samoa, and added to the Hushlands. And it will only be a few years before Mokia itself falls. He paused and shook his head, looking just a little bit distant as he continued. Either the free kingdoms are going to fall and everything will become Hushlands, or we're going to find a way to break the librarians' power. The Smedley talents and the secrets these sands will reveal are key to the next stage of the war. Things are changing. Things have to change. We can't just keep fighting and losing ground. That's why your father spent so much of his life gathering those sands. He felt it was time to go on, the offensive. I felt a stab of anxiety, a question surfacing that it wasn't certain I wanted to know the answer to. Finally, I couldn't keep it down. Is he still alive, Grandpa? I don't know, he said, looking back at me. I honestly don't know. The comment hung in the air. Grandpa Smedley placed a hand on my shoulder. Alive or not, Atticus Medry was a great man. Alcatraz, an amazing man, and he, like you, was no warrior. We are arculators. Our weapon is information. Keep your eyes and your mind open. You'll do just fine. I nodded slowly. Good lad, good lad. Ah, here's Quentin. The short tuxedo-wearing man slipped quietly out of the library's front doors. 5 librarians in the main lobby, he said quietly. 3 behind the checkout desk, 2 on the stacks. Their patterns are right on schedule with what we've seen from them before. The entrance to the employee quarters is on the far south side. It isn't guarded right now, though a librarian passes to check on it every few minutes or so. All right then, Grandpa Spencer said. In we go. Chapter 7. All right, so we'll pick this up in the next episode, and